A lot of content that is being generated by AI cannot be detected.
From the people that I've seen, like my peers in class, people actually use like multiple AI tools to avoid like plagiarism and cheating and getting caught.
Tools like Turnitin and whatever you can find on the internet to detect AI can easily be bypassed by those students because they have access to those exact same tools.
They would go into like Quillbot and then put it in Quillbot and then summarize that, and then they'd put it into Grammarly and then use that, and then that's their answer for a question. So in reality, the professor doesn't even realize, or is probably not picking up on the fact that it's all 100% AI.
They don't really understand where it can be beneficial, just because from my experience, I feel like a lot of them think it just gives you the answers and they just copy and paste it. But in reality, I feel like a lot of ways you can ask it specific questions where it can make it easier for you to understand and progress when it comes to the subject.
So I'm not completely sure what my institution's policy is on AI, but I have seen from individual professors that they believe that there are ethical circumstances for the use of AI.
Some professors do allow it, some don't. It generally depends. I still use it, but I use it more of like research or like planning ahead rather than actually submitting the final product for my submission.
I feel like they don't understand it to an extent. They just feel like we're just using it to cheat all the time.
So I found that most of my in-major professors, like in the liberal arts college, were pretty much against it, and I believe it's mostly because our curriculum was a lot of writing heavy work.
I think University of Maryland is quite AI forward. I know that we've just implemented an sort of AI science minor. In my humanities college, in arts and humanities, most of my professors really do not like AI, but they understand that they can't control the students' use of it. So they've implemented like AI policies in their syllabi. But at the end of the day, they're like, it is a launching point if you have writer's block or, need quick research. So I think it's just adapting and sort of like realizing you can't put limitations on it.
I know for a fact some people would use it for an exam. So in an instance like that, that is like cheating. But if it's like helping you guide you towards a specific assignment, then yeah, I don't think it's cheating.
I do believe that using AI is a circumstance of cheating. Academic institutions should probably ban AI and the use of it entirely. You may believe that there is ethical ways for AI to be used. That is not the way that students are using it right now. And this issue is only going to get worse. And I don't see any world where this is going to get better.
I think it depends on how you're using it. I mean, I definitely use it for proofreading, grammar, when I'm citing sources, how do I do MLA versus Chicago? I think for the humanities, it's a slippery slope because when you do, ask AI to give you a response about an essay prompt or a reflection question, it's very tempting to use that response because it's so polished.
For like public health, I feel like it'll make it a bit much easier on like organizing better stuff. For example, like data research.
Since I want to become a sports photographer, I feel like you really can't do too much with capturing live action. But when it comes to, I guess you could say, ad photography, like for brands or portraits, those can be like a really efficient or dangerous part of AI.
Eventually, AI is going to be heavily embedded into our education system. I don't think that's necessarily the correct way to go about things, but I think that schools are just going to have to adapt to the reality of the situation. And I think the reality of the situation is that a lot of children now, not children, but like, I guess younger kids, younger students, not just college kids, but like high school and middle school are probably using AI in their work moving forward.
I feel like it'll personally advance a lot. It might even take jobs out. It currently is.
The more that we give it information, I think the more it can be refined, and in some ways that's really helpful because it can sort of fill those lacks that it has right now in terms of, like making information up or being incorrect or inaccurate. But I think also then it would be more tempting to sort of fall back on or not produce original work because it's so imitative of human, creative and original human work now.
A lot of people that I know, majority of people that I know are using it for something. You kind of have to just develop and evolve with it. If not, I feel like you might fall behind in some aspects.
I know that my little brother, who's still in high school, his school has taken the step of banning AI on all school computers. And I would like to see that be implemented in higher education as well, which should have a higher standard of academic rigor than the high schools.